Oh, I got that one. This is an Anole, a male trying to impress, no, video. Trying to impress a female. I don't know where she is, but see if he'll flare again. BassResinator here. Behold the Anole. Now you just saw that little video clip that I have of, we've got them out in the front yard, and they are chameleon type and really cool. So what I've got to figure out is I'm going to use this coffee mica for the wood. There's wood here and here and here and here and here. So I just got to make sure I get the wood in the right spots. And back here, I believe this is supposed to be bark. We're going to make it so. Make it so, as Jean-Luc Picard used to say.
Anole scales the wall so smooth, colors changing in the sun so bright. Little king in a tiny groove, his world painted in daylight. Chameleons make the best disguise, with eyes that see the unseen hue. Under palm trees in the skies, hiding in the resin morning dew. In the Rio Grande Valley wide, art shines in the resin sparkling clear. BassResinator on the riverside, crafts of nature we all hold dear. Anole twist and turn so swift, master of the shaded green, a masterpiece in nature's lift, a living, breathing art to be seen. Resin captures moments still, but Anole lives in fluid grace. Each movement is a will to color every space. In the Rio Grande Valley wide, art shines in resin sparkling clear. BassResinator on the riverside, crafts of nature we all hold dear. We all hold dear. We all hold dear. All hold dear. Resin captures moments still, but Anole lives in fluid grace. Each movement is a will to color every space. In the Rio Grande wide.
Yeah, I've always been fascinated by everybody called them chameleons, and they are a chameleon, but they're not what everybody knows as the chameleon. The chameleon, the lizard that's actually called a chameleon, has toes that are 2 claws on the front, 2 on the back. They're very, very odd looking toes, but perfect for climbing trees. Get my big white down in there. And get the top of that mold cleaned off. Now, I am not going to do anything with the eye because this mold is such that it would make it very difficult to get an eye on there. So what I'm going to do is wait until I unmold it, and then I'm going to put a drop of black UV resin right where the eye is. Now, his under chin area is a different color than the rest of him, so I'm gonna use a, well, I've got these chameleon flakes, intense color shift, and I'm gonna use the lime for the majority of him, but his neck I'm not. I'm gonna use something else. Let me show you. I've got this fantasy green color, which is really nice. Oh. Now I'm going to get just a touch on here. Go under the mouth with this. There's some cats wanting to have kittens, and they're messing around out in my backyard, and I can hear them right out my window right over there. I'm gonna have to go tell them, hey, none of that here. Okay, I'm gonna go get rid of that little extra powder, and I'll be right back. Okay, now the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to just throw these in and just hope for the best. Well, big bunch. Okay. Well, I said a big bunch, but it didn't use very much out of this whole thing. But a pile went in there. Now, use the brush that comes with it. And just try and burnish this. I'm going to put just a little bit more in this tail area and in his front foot. And leg. Get down in there. Flakes are messy as all get out, but if you can get them burnished in there, man. Like the intense chameleon powders are really great, but they do leave a little, I don't know what you want to call it, a tuft. You can tell it's powder, whereas burnishing these flakes into place, it doesn't have the same look. And it's been taking me quite some time to get to where I semi-like flakes. But when you can get them done right, man. But they do go everywhere. Need a little more up in that nose area. But look at the effect that it has. I mean, man, you don't get that same look with powders. And of course, I'm gonna have to go with a black resin in here to really get the effect I want. To really cause those to pop. Talk about pop. The reason I'm wearing that is the end of my thumb keeps popping open. I go outside and I'm working and planting some plants, and I grab something and I look down and blood all over the ground. I'm like, oh, what is going on? It doesn't want to heal. You know why it doesn't want to heal? Because it's not part of my foot. Yeah, my students used to have to deal with that sense of humor all the time. Some probably miss it. Some probably are like, good riddance. Since I said that very badly, but I is now retired. A little gap along that tail. It's got some color to it, but it's not just a solid. Maybe that'll give you more of the illusion of the chameleon effect on here. Now, here on his neck, on his throat, I want to go, because on that little video, it showed how his neck, when he squirts it out, goes kind of orangish. So I'm gonna, oh, I forgot his toes. I'll come back and get those real quick. Just getting the edge of the mold wiped down. And on this part of his throat, part of it has mica powder on there. But there was, okay, so this was the green I need still for his toes. There's one over here, fuchsia. There you go. That's for his neck. Well, let me get his toes done. Okay. Now, okay. Now, to mix up some resin. I'm not sure how much this is going to take, but I'm thinking about 5 ounces. So, let me get that mixed up. I'll be right back. Used Cocuyo Black paste and Promise Epoxy. Quick cure. Cures in an hour. see if I can get over here into the tail. The resin will get up in there eventually, or if I take it up there, resin likes to go where it's already gone. So if you have something going over the edge of a mold, it's going to go. Okay, it looks like it's gotten into all of those areas. I'm just going to go around and poke and make sure I got no bubbles in those. Now down here, this is going to be fun. Make sure there's no bubbles along the edge. Okay, now finish putting in a little bit more resin. Take it up to the top. Okay, 5 ounces of resin. Something about this edge of the mold, or this edge of the table, thinks it needs to be add a little bit more height to it. Cardstock width. And that should do it. Come back in about an hour and we'll see what we have. Okay, see you then. Okay, this, as you can tell, has cured, and I already took it out to set his eye. You are not going to believe the color of these flakes. My dog's hairs right there. Anyway, there, off. Ready for this? Bam! I mean, green to a blue to a goldish color. And then under his chin, I've got that mica powder. And then the reddish flakes that are there. The wood, the branch that he's on. This guy came out excellent. And his eye, I gave it the eye of a reptile. I guess this could be considered an iguana as well, but this is about, well, it's a little bit larger than the lizards we have here, the anoles, but I'm going to call it an anole because I made him the color of an anole. So, yeah. Subscribers, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for being a part of this channel. Inching up closer to, I mean, it's awfully close to 1,800. That just seems impossible. Less than a year ago, I had 70 people. And then all of a sudden I start doing resin work and everybody comes to the party. Which is fine by me. I love doing the resin work, and hope, well, it's seeming like you're liking what I'm doing, so I'm appreciating that. Yeah. If you're not a subscriber, consider it. It's free, and you get to participate with me. And if you click the little bell down there when you subscribe, man, there's all kinds of little glitter things here. When you click that, then that bell, anytime I do something new, you'll be notified. And so the Anole mold, the iguana mold, I think it looks more like the Anole. I'll let you see some stills of the Anole from our yard that I got. Really cute. They bob their head up and down when they're, I don't know what they're sensing in the air, but they have their own little way of communicating with each other and stuff. And boy, they can jump too, from one branch to another. Anyway, yeah, come back and see me again. We'll see ya. Bye.